friends, welcome. We're going to jump right into it. The top 5 brands that have been selling currently, and I'm going to tell you how many I've sold, what platform they've sold on. I'll put pictures of what's sold. Let's jump into it. First up, this might be controversial. Some of you might disagree with me on this one. Ann Taylor. Now, I preach this all the time on this channel if you are new around here. I love selling Ann Taylor. I sell a ton of Ann Taylor on ThredUp this month alone. So I'm filming this March 24th. 24 days in March, I have sold 29 pieces of Ann Taylor on ThredUp and 22 pieces. I have the notes on my phone. That's why I'm like going slow, so I'm making sure I'm giving you the right numbers. And 22 pieces on eBay, 0 on Poshmark. So a couple of caveats. Number one, I don't pick up any of the diffusion stuff. So Ann Taylor, I shouldn't say I don't. It's very rare that I'll pick up Loft. All those other, unless it says just Ann Taylor on the tag, I usually don't pick it up. Some of the Loft stuff you can sell, and it is, you know, trendy stuff a lot of times, but it just sits for me, and it already retails for a pretty affordable amount, so resell is just not that great. But Ann Taylor can be a little bit pricey. I don't even want to say a little bit, you guys. It can be pretty up there. I mean, some of the dresses and the coats can be pretty expensive. So I find it every single time I go thrifting. I'm not exaggerating. And I should mention that all of the pieces that I have sold in the month, I'm recovering, you guys. I am finally better from my sinus infection. That was the longest sinus infection I've had in years. And man, it just made me like a foggy, cloudy mess. So if I'm a little more off than usual, that's why. Every single piece of Ann Taylor that I sold this month, I thrifted. I find it a ton at the Goodwill outlet and a ton on Dollar Day here in Los Angeles. It is Dollar Day every Thursday. I find it so much because, number one, a lot of people don't resell Ann Taylor. I loved selling it back when I first started reselling. God, this is embarrassing to say sometimes, but I've been reselling Ann Taylor for like 10 years, you guys, since I started my reselling journey. And back in the day, oh man, it used to resell for so much more. I could resell an Ann Taylor used dress for like 80, 90 bucks. Now I probably get anywhere from, on the low end, $20 all the way up to like 50, 60 if it's a very new trendy piece. So it doesn't sell for as much as it used to, but I just think a lot of people don't resell it. It's not a very, I don't want to say it's not a youthful brand, but I mean, come on, how many Gen Z people are wearing Ann Taylor? They're not. They're wearing Free People. They're wearing Aerie. They're wearing Urban Outfitters. So it's a much more mature brand, and I don't know, do not sleep on selling mature brands, friends. Mature people have mature money, okay? It's just, that should really be like a slogan or something. I should put that on a t-shirt. But I don't know. I just find it a lot, and I know from experience talking to a lot of my reselling friends, they don't pick it up, and I love to pick it up. So a couple of key pieces, or like my top sales for the month. Ann Taylor coats. It's cold somewhere in the world. It's currently 72 degrees here in Los Angeles, but people are still buying coats. So I sold a total of 11 coats this month. I love finding the coats. I find them a ton on Dollar Day. Also the dresses. Coats and dresses are what move the fastest for me. I don't pick up the really basic tops unless they are like a nicer fabric, like a silk, a wool, things like that. But the basic tops I don't. I love sending the workwear to ThredUp. During 2020, 2021, workwear was just sitting for me. It used to be a big category for me on ThredUp. It's picking back up, so I find a lot of Ann Taylor blazers, a lot of Ann Taylor pants. I send that all to ThredUp, and it sells there. So You know, I say proceed with caution. Try to stay away from the basic pieces. I think that's another problem that resellers have, is they find a lot of the basic pieces at the thrift store. So that's what they pick up, and it just sits and sits because, you know, the market is kind of flooded with the basic stuff. But if you can find the coats or the trendy print pants or the dresses, even a basic dress, friends. There's a following for this stuff. Larger sizes do great, but also the really tiny sizes do great for me. I've always talked about, like, there's, you know, there's the people that wear the super petite sizes and the larger sizes. By the way, reselling friends, I was thinking of doing a video on this because I recently got a comment on one of my videos. I was at the bins and there was an item, I think it was like a 4X or a 5X. And in that video, I said this is a larger size or a bigger size. And a couple people got offended by that. And I really try to choose my words carefully because I try to offend the least amount of people as possible when I speak. Because I don't want to offend anyone if I can, but I just feel like I don't know everything, you know? I'm just trying to get better. So do you guys say larger sizes or do we just say plus size? Maybe I should just look this up and do my own research. But I think in that video I said it's a bigger size. And I think that was offensive. So maybe I should just say plus size. All of that to say, if you care, let's all be nice in the comments down below. But if you care to educate me, I would like to know what you guys say or what you feel comfortable with or what you find offensive. But be nice in the comments below. But the plus size and then the petite sizes, those people go online because it is harder for them to find things in the store. So I love selling all sizes. So yeah, that's just something to think about. And Taylor, friends. Consider it. Look up comps, look up styles. Let me know what you think. All right, here's another one. My oldies but my goldies know I love selling this brand, J. Jill. I'm trying to include brands in this video that I feel like some people should be able to find pretty easily. I'm not going to put in Chanel or Lululemon or things like that where, you know, everybody doesn't find it a lot. I'm trying to include realistic, just brands that hopefully when you go thrifting you can see these. I'm also only including brands that I've sold a lot this month that I thrifted because obviously I feel like personally some things are just easier to sell if they're new. I do sell a bunch of new stuff that I find either through retail arbitrage, liquidation, or some items that I thrift. I just thrifted a pair of shorts recently that I sold. They were new with tags and I sold them on Amazon for 160 bucks. I posted that on my reselling Instagram, which I'll link down below. I post daily updates there. So this is a brand I find all the time at the thrift store. It's J. Jill. I love selling J. Jill. It has a following. They make some really good staple pieces. They make some really good print pieces. I'll put some photos of some things that I've sold in the month of March. All of these sales I'm mentioning are for the month of March. I have sold 15 J. Jill items on ThredUp, and I sold how many on eBay this month? I have a total of 18 J. Jill items and then 0 on Poshmark. You will see a pretty common theme about 0 on Poshmark. My Poshmark sales have not been that great this month in March. I haven't been sharing as much. I haven't been listing as much there. You guys already know Amazon is my #1 platform, my #1 favorite platform to sell on. eBay, ThredUp, The RealReal. eBay's #2. But Poshmark is like, you know, my least favorite. It just, I don't know, they just don't have the customer base. I can't sell everything. You guys know I don't just sell clothing. I sell car parts. I sell sporting goods. So, you know, I don't get as many sales on Poshmark. So I list all my J. Jill on eBay. I don't list a lot of it on Poshmark because I think I've only sold, in the almost 4 years I've been selling on Poshmark, I've only sold like 2, I think I counted it was like 3 pieces of J. Jill on Poshmark. But on eBay, I sell so much more of it. And for a while, everything I listed on eBay, I did on Poshmark, but I found that that was just a waste of time for me because I just don't have the sheer volume that I have on eBay, and I want to focus more on Amazon. So I don't do that anymore. Everything that I list on eBay, I do not cross post to Poshmark. It's just not worth the time, in my opinion. So that would make sense why I keep saying zero Poshmark. But I listed a ton of J. Jill in January and February, and it's paying off in March on eBay. I am still able to send stuff to ThredUp, you guys, but I'm only able to print partner kits. I can't print just the normal consignment kits. If you don't know what the partner kit is, I'll link it down below. But I love selling J. Jill dresses. You'll notice a common theme. Dresses in these brands that I talk about tend to resell for more. The more basic pieces actually with J. Jill tend to sell faster for me. So when I say basic, I mean like a basic skirt, a basic dress, a basic cardigan. But the thing is, it's usually a nicer fabric. So it's usually like 100% linen, 100% linen, 100% wool, a skirt, excuse me. My sinuses are still trying to murder me. A skirt that I just sold recently was 50% linen, 50% cotton. It was so flowy and soft and lightweight at the same time as being like kind of heavy. I don't know. It felt like a very quality skirt. And this skirt retailed brand new for $180. That's another thing that J. Jill can, be kind of like higher mid-range pricing. But people love their stuff. I love selling J. Jill in plus sizes. It sells so quickly for me. Even just like a basic black top that I sold on eBay this month sold for $40 used, you guys, and I got it on Dollar Day. So this is a reason I say I love selling the plus sizes, but I also love selling petite, because I sold it was a 2 petite 100% linen purple J. Jill dress, and I sold that for $42, and I got it at the bins. So I wanted to include brands in this video that a lot of people overlook or don't sell or don't talk about on YouTube that I make great money selling. And I'm starting to wonder if I should even post this video, because it's like giving you guys some of my great secrets. Because I love when people pass over an Ann Taylor coat, or when people pass over a like beautiful J. Jill dress at the bins. I'm like, score, score, score. One time I went to the bins, and this girl, she saw me looking at this Ann Taylor coat. There are some nice people at the bins. I know I've been filming a bunch of crazy stories that have been happening to me, but some people are nice. And she was like, oh, I saw like 6 Ann Taylor coats at that other bin. Let me go get it for you. And I was like, is she serious? Is this a joke? She came back 2 minutes later and literally gave me, in pristine condition, beautiful, like 6 Ann Taylor coats. One of them was 100% wool. I made so much money off those coats sending them to ThredUp, you guys. And I just kept thanking her. I don't know if she was a reseller or not, but it just proved my point that people don't care about that brand. But Nikki does. Wake up. I actually bought this dress from a ThredUp partner kit gift card. I sent ThredUp, this was when I first started doing partner kits, a bunch of clothes, and it gave me a Reformation gift card for like, it was a lot. I think that was when the partner kits, the payouts were chef's kiss, friends. The payout, I ended up getting a gift card for like $680 to Reformation, so I bought all these dresses and stuff. Yeah, I like this dress. It's nice to just throw on. I think I had never really shopped I had never shopped Reformation new until I got that gift card. I didn't realize like some of their stuff new. I knew that they were up there in price, but I thought it was better quality. Like this dress is nice, but this is honestly a dress. It's just a like cotton blend dress that you could probably pick up a dupe from Target for like $30. Brand new, this dress was $210. I mean, and I've only had it for like, what, a year and a half, and it's like not holding up that great. So I don't know. It's really hard for me to buy stuff new retail when I'm a reseller. So even though I had a gift card, it hurt so bad to pay $210 for this dress. Moving on, Mac Studio. Be careful with this brand. Okay. If you go to Nordstrom or Nordstrom Rack right now and type in Mac Studio new, you guys, their new stuff is actually pretty cute, in my opinion. I am a very, what they call feminine, I say air quotes because anything can be feminine, right? But I like really girly stuff like dresses and stilettos. You guys know that, you know? So it's very much like I see their new stuff and I'm like, I think it's very cute. But the stuff I find at the thrift, Mac Studio has been around for a very long time. So a lot of the styles I find thrifted are older, like way older. Like I just sold a Mac Studio dress, a petite dress, for $25 on eBay, and I looked up the style and it said that it originally was released, I had to do a lot of digging, like 16 years ago. So Mac Studio's been around for a while, but I love selling Mac Studio. It has a following. Go away. Infection, go away. I do not pay up for it. And I don't find recent styles. If you find recent styles, look up comps. Just be careful. This brand is very saturated on eBay. Tons of people. Like you could look up black Mac Studio dress, and I just looked it up the other day, and there was like 6,000 active listings. And the sell-through rate's not that great. So I'm including it because one, I find it all the time. Two, I will pick up the more unique pieces, even if they're older. I love selling their dresses. This month alone, I've sold 22 of their dresses on eBay, but I list a ton of it, okay? I feel like this is really important that you look up comps, look up styles, because there's a lot of people selling a black Mac Studio dress. You have to go deeper. It really helps if you know the style. If I can't find a specific style of a Mac Studio dress or know like when it came out, I usually won't pick it up because like I said, there's just so many people selling it. But I love selling their dresses. That's really all I pick up from them. I used to pick up some of their tops and their pants, and they would just sit for years. I'm not kidding, years, and I would just end up donating them or auctioning them off for $1. But I love selling their dresses. I love picking up the petite sizes, the plus sizes. Those tend to do the best for me in that brand. And then a lot of the stuff that they make, I thrift for myself. I wear it to work. Shameless plug, I am a licensed real estate agent, so if you're looking for an agent, I always leave my email down below. But I love their stuff for my own personal closet. So I wanted to include that brand, but I wanted to be very real with you. Look it up. Try to stay away from the more basic pieces. If you can look up a style of something, that would be great. And dresses tend to do the best for me, and they're my favorite to sell on, I was about to say on Poshmark, on eBay and Thread. Let's do one, the lighting keeps going in and out. Let's do one that actually does well for me across all platforms. Poshmark, eBay, and ThredUp. Inc. International Concepts. It is a brand that is sold at Macy's. I find this, there are a couple of brands that I know without a doubt, if I go thrifting, I'm going to see them. Banana Republic, Inc., International Concepts, J. Crew and Taylor, Theory. I feel like that might be a local situation because we have we have quite a few Theory stores in Los Angeles, and I think their headquarters are here, and they have a huge warehouse here. But those are some of the brands that I know without a doubt I'm going to find when I go thrifting. And Inc. and I have had a roller coaster of a relationship. When I first started reselling 10 years ago, I loved selling Inc. Inc. was one of those mall brands that I could flip for like $40, $50. Now I'm lucky to flip it for like $20 to $30. But here's the thing, friends. Same thing with all these other brands I've mentioned. People like this brand. It's been around for a long time. Macy's has been around for what feels like a lifetime. People know the brand. People like their stuff. You may not personally like it. It's personally not my favorite. But people like it, you guys. And they make stuff that lasts people. Like I've had an Inc. dress that I bought thrifted like 5 years ago that I still wear to work stuff sometimes. So their stuff does last. And some of their newer stuff is really cute, and Macy's still currently sells the brand. That matters, brand recognition for people. All right, so yeah, so how much ink have I sold? I've only sold 3 pieces of ink on Poshmark this year, so January, February, March of 2022. But on eBay, just this month in March, I've sold 8 pieces of ink, and on ThredUp, I've sold 22 pieces of ink. I do a lot of business on ThredUp. I've stopped doing videos on them so much because they piss me off. I'm just going to be honest. They change things without telling sellers. Their fees change. Sometimes they give people labels, sometimes they don't. A lot of you aren't able to send stuff in, so I'm just over doing videos on them right now. I still do a ton of business on ThredUp because, as you guys know, I've got a lot going on. So I love that consignment selling model of just boxing stuff up and sending it to someone. I love the Real. I love ThredUp for that reason. But the way that they work, and I don't love that. So that's why you guys haven't seen any videos on them. But I do a lot of business there, and a lot of the mall brands that I pick up at the bins and on Dollar Day, I send there, and it does really well for me. It's picking up again. I have been sending ink to ThredUp since I started selling there almost 4 years ago. And in the beginning, it was great payouts, but then it just fell off a cliff once COVID happened, right? And now I'm noticing an uptick. But when I first started sending stuff to them, it was mostly the workwear, because ink makes suits, they make, button-ups, they make everything. So the workwear was doing great, and then all the workwear fell off because nobody was going to work. And I'm starting to notice an uptick in the workwear, but really what I've been moving are the dresses and the skirts. I can't hold on to dresses and skirts right now, you guys. People are just, I think they're trying to live their lives again. You know what I mean? They're getting out of the house. They're going to weddings. They're just living. So, people need clothes and they want to be out and they want to have fun. So I've just noticed a huge uptick in dresses and skirts. And I think a lot of people are going back in the office, maybe like a hybrid situation, because a lot of workwear is selling again for me. So that is another brand, though. To be 100% honest, you've got to look up styles. You have to look up comps. Try to stay away from the basic pieces. And I'm stressing this because there is a flood of that stuff on eBay, on Poshmark, on ThredUp. I really only pick, this is the same, you'll notice this arching theme for all of these brands, especially these mall brands. I only pick up, I don't want to say only, but mostly dresses, skirts, some of the workwear. I try to stay with the more recent pieces. And when I say recent, I mean like the last 5 years. And I usually just find that out by using Google Lens. I have a whole video on how to use Google Lens. If I can remember, I'll link it down below. Yeah, so do your homework, you guys. None of this stuff I just pick up and don't check comps. That's a lie. The stuff that I send to ThredUp, honestly, if it's at the bins and I can just tell, because I've been looking at these brands for so long, I have an eye for it. So if I see an ink piece and I'm like, okay, this probably came out within the last 5 to 7 years, I'm going to send it to ThredUp anyways. I won't look up a comp. But if it's a nice dress or a nice coat or skirt and I'm going to sell it myself from Ink, from J. Jill, from Theory, and Taylor, I look it up. I look it up because some of this stuff, even if it was given to me for free, is not worth selling. And that's for all of these brands. Like a basic Ann Taylor polyester black shirt, I'm not picking up. I'm just not going to do it because I'll end up redonating it in 3 years or 4 years, okay? So just remember that. I mean, I'm trying to give you guys brands that I find all the time that I think you could find all the time, but you still need to do your homework. Reselling is also about research, friends. You're not going to make money if you're just buying things to buy things. Okay? Hopefully, how many brands was that? Let's do a bonus brand, Theory, because I've already talked about it. Let me know in your area if you find Theory a lot, because I find it a ton here. I keep getting this spam text message from Chase. I don't have a Chase account, saying that my account has been locked due to unusual activity. Visit, and it says click this link. So, like, when did scammers become so legit that they can text you now? That's creepy. Theory, I find all the time, you guys. All the time. Every single time I go to the bins, I hope to find Theory. Sometimes the Real will take Theory from me. Not all the time. It's a 50-50 chance. Just in March so far, I've sold 4 pieces of Theory on the Real. I've only sold 6 on ThredUp and 5 on eBay, but I pick up a lot of Theory. Theory is one of the brands that makes workwear that I really like picking up. Even a basic, just black blazer, I can sell on my own on eBay. To be honest though, it does take a while to sell. Like, I've had a Theory, one of the Theory black blazers that I sold this month, I've had for 2 years. So it's not the quickest sell for me. It sells a lot faster when I do it through consignment on the Real and ThredUp, because they kind of price the stuff to move. And on eBay, like the blazer that I sold it for $47. I probably could have sold it way fast. I know I could have sold it faster if I priced it at like 20, 25 bucks. But I just know that that blazer brand new was $250, and that was a nice black blazer. A lot of my workwear stuff that I wear is from Theory that I thrifted on Dollar Day. If you have to wear workwear, please thrift your stuff. At least consider it, friends. I actually have some reselling friends that do not wear thrifted clothing, and that just blows my mind. Like, you know how the fashion industry works. You know how polluting and how wasteful it is, and you only buy stuff brand new retail. That is a video idea. We should talk about that. I just want to dig deep in that. But anyways, thrifting workwear is my favorite. Like, I always tell you guys this, 90% of my workwear and almost all of my maternity clothing is thrifted. So I love selling Theory. Again, look up comps. I'm not going to keep repeating that because there's a lot of Theory out there on eBay and Poshmark. But I've just kind of found this like little niche of workwear that really works well for me and gives me a good ROI. But Theory is one of the ones that will take a little bit longer to sell. All right. Did you guys find this helpful? Did you enjoy? I'm trying to get direct to the point with my videos and not go off on too many tangents. I know I did a little bit in this video, but I'm trying to do a little bit better about that and do like a more like subscribe, like at the end. So yeah, if you've made it to the end, don't forget to subscribe, friend. I am here for you multiple times a week. It's free. Check out some of the videos on the screen, and I will see you soon. Ciao.